the fuck?
Alright, I'm going to keep this brief mainly because I'm tired of making this video that would like to not get any views. But fuck it, I feel like it's finally time I get what I'm thinking of my chest and out there for people to listen to. o.W.n Rebirth? No. Not the whole group, mind you, but some parts of it, such as its two brain-damaged leaders and some of its officers. Honestly, some of the leadership in o.W.n Rebirth seem to have these delusions of grandeur in their heads that make them do some weird-ass shit. For example, the group's main. I don't even know what to call him, honestly, but I'll be nice and say artist. Does it in his head that Rebirth somehow gets its hands on shit like sand sites and has contacts inside buttons and key, which are also somehow puppets of red and blah, which some fucking hell are still active despite this being a sequel or continuation or whatever. Never mind the resource logistics or even what they're wanting to now take over the whole world like every petty despot in the third world. Then you have faded hellfires with a hard-on for dragons and forcing people to break any connections they have to resistance members if they want to stay, you know, and regardless of their status. A certain former admin of the group comes to mind, not going to name names, but if you're somehow watching this, you'll know who you are. And what about the fact that they lied theirs is about things such as the trash pile still being a resistance group or the status of the steel going butt Chris's on what they're doing about it? Maybe we can't even touch upon their growing resemblance to the previous group in its final years and groups like Nazi Germany. Also, there's a massive list of lore questions here that I can't exactly fit into a SparkNotes video, but here are some highlights just for you. Oh, mighty dumb fuck of Rebirth. Also, you too, Diffu. On when exactly does this take place? The setting for a series like Rebirth should be established within the first minute or two. We still haven't gotten any direct confirmation in the videos as to when this takes place, other than it's apparently sometime if the last episode of the annual series that he put up maybe question mark it. Who's in charge of the group? We don't really see a command structure, just a bunch of nameless people who begged her to have their special little snowflake added into the series. It can't be written either, since he's such a paranoid shizzle that he murders the previous leader of all, whenever something that could have been easily cleared up by just asking some questions. You know, like a normal, functional person. Widows Helen, also known as the administrator, cares so much about Rebirth. On that note, we all resistance and o.W.n even a thing anymore, as I recall. Rayman turned on o.W.n after killing both Red and Blue's owner before going after Man Company. Red and Blue were effectively recalled to fight Greyman and his robots. Whoa, what was left of o.W.n most likely died in a nuclear blast at Hydra. Always Helen so concerned with a small resource in Morel Star Group. I have more questions, but for the sake of time and my insanity, I will leave them out of this video. Just know that this body couldn't explain this from the beginning. Maybe have a recap episode or some sort. It'll crawl like wrenching the gears did. Last thing before I go, I feel bad for most of Rebirth. They seem like decent people who just want to be a part of something, but as the saying goes, a few bad apples spoil the best. Those bad apples need to be thrown out by democratic vote that o.W.n Rebirth. The vote will be rigged. And third, if I had my way, I'd put Diffu in charge. It only seems fair given he has to deal with all the stresses of real life. Eliminating bodies for a group who treats its own team like trash. Else to tell the story people read for him and more. Hell, I think he'd even be more willing to listen to what groups like the Trash Pile have to say, instead of turning a blind eye to any sort of peace deal we may try to make. Anyways, I've been demoed the Trash Pile, glory unto the Trash Pile, fuck what and unfaithfully, and good night. Also expect a more in-depth video on this sooner or later. Why are you still here?